I just wanted to make a video. This is not about investing or anything like that. This is more for just the men, the guys out there, just to say thank you. And you know, I was talking to a younger guy, and he was just talking about how growing up he didn't have any direction or anything like that. It was a lot of people in his community, a lot of men in his community that rallied behind him and decided to come on side and show him the ropes. And then we got to talking, and I just explained to him, like, yeah, I can understand that because, I grew up in a single parent household with my mom, and when you don't have a man in the home or a father in the home, things can be a little shaky, no stability, all that stuff. And that's not to say, like, women or single moms are doing the trouble. There's not an attack on them at all, because you do what you have to do for obvious reasons. You do it to the best of your ability, but there are some things that having a man in the house just cannot, you can't replicate that, right? There's no amount of masculine energy you could throw off to kind of replace that, in my opinion. And as a man, when you're growing up as a young man, you have a lot of questions and you need some direction and things like that. And there's just, unfortunately, at least for me, when I was coming up, it was harder to find that. And people didn't really show you the ropes of how things really worked. And it took for me to learn things sometimes the hard way, or 2 or 3 times before I was able to really master it. And just dealing with all the stuff that comes with that. And what I realize is men are definitely underappreciated, and I would say undervalued, just in society. And I know that may sound crazy because, or maybe it doesn't, but it may sound crazy just from the fact that, there's this belief out there that, patriarchy has ruined the world, and, there's been so many bad things happen because of men and blah, blah, blah. And some of that may be true, but you don't just scrap the whole thing because you find maybe some bad apples in there or something like that. That being said, this video is more just an appreciation for the guys out there who are handling business, who are taking care of their family, their kids, their loved ones, their community, and really pouring back into the younger generation that's coming up behind us, because they really are lost out here and they need us. And yeah, it was just an eye-opening conversation, because I was able to identify a lot. And when you don't have someone, I always look at it like, when you're doing a puzzle and you're trying to figure out, and trying to find what sides go to which shapes and things of that nature, and you don't have the box top that gives you the picture, sometimes it's hard to make out what it is. And so I feel like having a dad or in the household, or a man in the household, and I'm not just saying any man, I'm saying like a responsible human being, it makes things a lot easier. It makes, in my opinion, life a lot easier, just because, again, you've taken the sting out of life, if you will. Not saying you sheltered, but I am saying, like, you have guidance, you have a resource, you got, when you have a problem or you're trying to figure something out, you have that guiding light you can go to and kind of get direction from, and things like that. So when that's taken from you, or lack thereof, sometimes it's hard. You're figuring out things on the fly, it feels like. And I know for my son, like, I hope to give him the direction he needs and shape him in the way that, keep him on path and, discipline and all those things. So just appreciate the men in your life if you have them and they're still here. My dad is not. And, Lawrence Sugar, I wish he was. I didn't really know him that well, but it'd be nice if he was here to just talk to, ask some questions and things like that. So I didn't want to make this a long video. And again, this is not about investing or anything like that, but this is just an appreciation for the solid men out there who are working hard for the families, trying to make these ends meet. And sometimes you're dealing with pressures at work and, you know, projects and other endeavors that you got going on. You got stuff coming at you left and right, and, you know, some demands, and usually the burden of that provider role falls on you, and it's nothing light. You know, no one told me having a family. This is something that I wish people talk more about, men. No one told me the responsibility of having a family and what that would cost and what that would entail. Oh, please, I almost forgot. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you appreciate content like this. I appreciate sharing it, and if it resonates with you, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. But no one really shared, like, hey, having a family comes with a lot of responsibility, a lot of financial responsibility. You are constantly fighting for economic security in a world that it is ever fleeting. You know what I mean? And it's hard. You know, and you don't really get there until you reach a certain point. And yeah, I just feel like a lot of men are undervalued, you know. And so this is a thank you. Appreciate you if you are one of those men that are out there striving for greatness and achieving, and keep your head down, and you take the brunt of everything for the family. Hats off to you, sir. Appreciate it. Good looking out for your community and the women in your family and the children in your family. I think we need more strong men to step up to the plate for these challenges in the ever-changing world that we live in. And it's just, you know, I don't know if it's getting better. It feels like it's getting worse, but I don't know if that's just a feeling or what. But really pouring in. Thank you for pouring into your people. You know, we need that a lot. And yeah, this is just more of an appreciation. And most of us need to be the father that we didn't have, be the provider that we didn't have, be the emotional support that we didn't have, be the encourager we didn't have. All fill in the blank, whatever it is you lacked or didn't have. Hopefully you can be that for the next generation, and hopefully you can do that to the best of your abilities. Praying for you. And it's not easy. Some days it's hard. Some days you're like, what am I doing? Because there is no instructions for this at all, but you're doing a good job. And the fact that you're even thinking about it lets me know you care. If you appreciate this video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Appreciate you. Take care. Bye.